Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is going to be a diamond paint with me while I continue working on, and I'm trying to get the tripod set, while I continue working on April Fairy, artwork by Lynn, rendered by Diamond Art Club. So I'm trying to think how to begin. Yesterday, I just thought I would talk about yesterday. Yesterday was surely a Jesus take the wheel day. So before I start though, I have had two people who have sent me super thanks a week ago and I didn't get the notifications. I'm going to have to try to check those notifications more frequently because I'm not receiving all of them. So I wanted to thank Leslie Shepard and Mella Q. So thank you both very much for the super thanks. Very, very much appreciated. It is a way that you can donate to someone's channel. And I'm trying to have this straight. It doesn't look straight. Wait a minute. Okay. So I did do some stitching, not yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday, and you'll hear why. But I did do some stitching the night before. And I'll have to show you that tomorrow when I do a face-to-face video. I got done the word Valentine, and then I got done the word cutie. I moved to the word up above. So moving right along on that one, I really am enjoying working on that. So yesterday, my job was not starting yesterday until 11 a.m. So I woke up at 7:30 and thought, I'm going to have a nice leisurely morning. I'll be able to have my coffee, read my Bible, do my video, get all of my house chores done. Nope. No. So I am sitting at my computer still in my pajamas, and it is about 7:45 and my dad calls. Now, if you remember, when my dad got a new computer, I went with him to get it, new computer, new printer, and I installed and set up everything for him. So I think he's just calling to say, good morning, how are you doing? Because I had not spoken to him since the previous Thursday or Wednesday. Well, no. He says, can you tell me a reason why my printer would be offline? Well, there are a couple reasons. One is that it's not communicating with the HP server because he has the same printer I do. And we have it set up through the HP Smart app, and it communicates with HP to stay online so they know how much ink to send you, all of that kind of stuff. And when it's offline, it can be that it disconnected from your modem, your internet connection. And that's what I thought it was. So it's hard to diagnose something like this and explain to him what to do over the phone. And so finally I said, all right, my job starts at 10. And this was, at this point, this was about 8 o'clock, 10 after 8. And I want to tell you real quick, I have my tray. This is the sticky bead mat, the original one. A lot of people have made knockoffs, and I just cut it. I have tried those magnetic tray minders where you set it and you can set your tray on it. I always come back to this because I can easily move it and it doesn't pull up my diamonds, because I like to position my tray all over the place when I am filling in a section. I try to do it to where it's easiest for me to access the diamonds and where I'm not too far away from the space I'm filling in, if that makes sense. Okay, anyway, so I said, all right, I said, Dad, I'm just going to come over because I can't do this over the phone. And he says, well, I have to go to work. So he's like, but my stepmother was there. So my dad lives about 20 minutes from me. So I wasn't even dressed yet. So I immediately just put on clothes. I don't fix hair, put on makeup, do nothing like that. And I go over there. Now, by the time I got over there, it was like 8:30, 8:35, something like that. So I get it to print. I do like you can go through settings and hit troubleshooting, and it will like scan and apply fixes if it senses something is wrong. So it did that, and I was able to print, but then it went right back offline, and I'm like, all right. I said, let me try removing the printer and reinstalling it, because remember, I installed it to begin with. Everything's done wirelessly. I have the same printer, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I go through to reinstall it, it keeps giving me this error that says unable to complete setup at this time. Please try again later. And I'm like, what the actual hell? So I am over there from 8:35 until 10:10, and it keeps giving me the same error. So I tell my stepmother, I said, I have to go. I said, because my job is starting at 11 and I have nothing done at the house. Like, I don't have my house chores done. I don't have the things I normally do in the morning. And also a video, don't have that done. So I tell her, I said, if my job ends early today, because I never know when a deposition is going to end. I said, I'll come back. Hopefully it'll be over by the afternoon. I can come back and try to figure this out. And she was like, I'm so sorry you have to do that and come back and blah, blah, blah. So I leave there. I call my dad. I tell him. He's like, okay. So I said, I'll call you or text you when my job ends. So I get home. By the time I get home, I have about a half hour before my job starts. I get a cup of coffee. Hadn't had any coffee yet. I get a cup of coffee. I get something to eat, and then the job is starting. So luckily, the job wasn't difficult, and in between, like breaks between my editing parts, I was able to get all of my house chores done and put on some semblance of makeup and fix my hair. I was able to get that stuff done, but no video. There was no time for that. So thankfully, my job ended at 2:30. I was done work by 2:30. So I called Bill and I said, I'm heading back to my dad's. I call my dad, look, I'm done. I'm coming over, blah, blah, blah. So I got over there by the time I left the house, it was like 2:40-ish. So I was over his house at 3 o'clock, 3:05. He was back home at 3:15. So we're sitting there and I told him, I said, look, my knowledge only goes so far as to what I'm able to do with computers. I feel like I'm pretty savvy, but I don't know everything. And, I can only take it so far. I said, if it keeps giving me the same error, I said, we're going to have to contact HP support and see if somebody can help us. So, of course, that's what happens. I try like 3 or 4 more times and keeps giving me the same error. I wrote down what the error was because I'm like, they're going to want to know that. So I go to HP Smart App, click on support, and I tried to do like the live chat. Well, we sat there for 15 minutes and I said, okay, we're just going to call somebody. So we find a number and we call, and we're not on hold for too terribly long. The woman comes on, we explain what's going on. She's like, okay, I have to connect you to tech support directly. She said, I'm going to give you their number, so the next time this happens, you can just call the direct number. And I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't the direct number be whatever? So I write down the number. We call that number. We're talking to the lady, and she says, are you ready? She says, HP is doing like a system-wide upgrade, and that could be the reason that your printer will not set up and connect to the server. And I'm like, I said, why wouldn't the other person that we talked to tell us that? And she's like, well, they might not know. Okay. She said, it's a 24-hour thing. So she said, you have to wait until tomorrow afternoon, because by the time I was over here doing this, it was like 3:30 yesterday. She said, you have to call back, give it 24 hours, and then try again. And if it still doesn't do it, call back and we'll try to figure it out. So she gives me a case number and I write that down. And I said to my dad, okay, I said, I can come back tomorrow morning. I said, what time are you guys awake? I said, because my job starts at 10. I said, why don't I come over at 7 a.m.? So I come home. Now I am then driving home from my dad's at like 4 p.m. Because I work at home, I have forgotten what it's like to be in like rush hour traffic. Let me tell you, you're not going to tell me that sitting in traffic like that doesn't shave years off of your life. I came in the house and Bill was downstairs working on the canopy, at a sewing machine for our apparatus out back that we have. We have like a big thing where we put, it's a canopy, and then he was making the cover for it. So he says, is it fixed? And he was on the phone with his best friend that he talks to every day. And I proceed to say, no, it's not fixed. I explained the whole thing. And I'm like, I have to go back tomorrow morning. And he's like, what? Yeah. I was not pleased because when I came home, I still had to do prep for today's job. I had to index a job. I still had some stuff to do for work. So I come up to my computer. It's now like 4:30. I work on my computer until like 5:30, and I help Bill with dinner. And then when he came in my office, we actually hammered out the details of what we want to put in our wills. So I typed it up so we can take it to the attorney. Bill's actually going to call today and make that appointment. So I have a little bit more peace with that. Thank you to everyone who commented saying that, you feel the same way. Like I'm definitely not alone in being, scared and afraid of just Bill passing before me, my parents passing, dealing with all of that. So we have details hammered out, and I'm sure that the attorney is going to point out other things maybe that we didn't think of. I think we have it pretty much because we thought of every scenario. Like if I pass before Bill, if he passes before me, if we pass somehow together in some freak accident or whatever, what needs to be done. And yeah, I told him, I said, we got to get it done. I said, I have to have, peace of mind with that. I have to. So I am feeling a little bit better about that. But yeah, you have to live today for today. Yeah, you just have to take it one day at a time, and just do the best you can with the decisions that you make in that day. Okay, so I still have stuff, dinner time comes, I still have stuff to do for work. And I said, well, I'll just do it at bedtime. And in my head, I told Bill, I said, I'm going to have to get up with you tomorrow when I make your lunch, and I'm going to have to stay up. So I worked, when he went to bed, we went up actually a little bit early at like 7:45. I was at my computer until 9 o'clock. And mind you, because of everything that had gone on during the day, I had not read my Bible, wrote in my journal, none of that. And, my friend Sandra, stresses to me all the time that self-care is so important, even if it's 5 minutes. So although I was very tired, and this was now like 9:10 by the time I got downstairs, I grabbed my Bible, I grabbed my journal, and I said, you know what? I'm going to sit and I'm going to write in this now. I'm going to read this Bible now. So what I wound up doing, a couple weeks ago, my boss had sent me some lavender Epsom salts, which I have like a portable foot bath. So I said, you know what? I'm going to soak my feet. I'm going to watch a little bit of my show, and then I'm going to do the journal and all of that. So I did. I took the time to wash my face, brush my teeth, change into pajamas. I soaked my feet, put moisturizer on them, and then I got in bed, and I was able to sit down and write my gratitude list, reflecting back on the day. Instead of trying to do it early in the morning, doing it in the evening, I think is going to be better for me. Reflecting on the day and then being able to say definitely, what am I thankful for that happened today? I think that's going to be an easier thing, because things come up all the time during the day that I could definitely add to that list. So I'm going to read you my list that I wrote. And then I finished the book of Ephesians and I started Galatians. Galatians is one of my, I think it's Galatians. No, Philippians. I started Philippians. The one that I'm pretty sure that Paul wrote that while he was in prison. Yeah. And so let me take a break from doing the diamond painting and read to you my list. Okay, so of course I wrote all about what went on during the day, going to my dad's work, all of that. So I do have 5 things on my list. Number 1, I was grateful that I was able to see my dad. Like in the midst of all of that, I was able to see him for 15, 20 minutes. Number 2, I was grateful that my job ended early, so I was able to go over there and help him with that. Number 3, we had a good dinner of tacos. Very, very good. Number 4, that I was able to soak and warm my feet. My feet, especially in the winter, I'm usually cold. My feet were like ice. So to be able to soak them in Epsom salts and warm them up and then get in bed after doing that, I was very grateful for that. And then number 5, Bill, because he understands when I've had a hard day and he just lets me be. And so when I was finishing Ephesians, I wrote down 2 passages in there. Ephesians 6:8, knowing that for whatever good anyone does, he will receive his reward from the Lord. And that I wrote that down because it made me think, okay, me helping my dad, I will be rewarded for that later. Obviously helping him was good. It helped him and all that. And then Ephesians 6:18, pray at all times on every occasion in every season. And I listened to Charles Stanley this morning and he said, you pray in every single occasion. It doesn't matter how big or small. Everything. Every single thing. So, yeah. So I went to bed. I didn't fall asleep until like 11. And my alarm went off at 4:15. And I didn't sleep that well because I knew what I was up against today. Today is supposed to be a long work day where I'm probably going to be working until 8 p.m. So I got up with Bill, made his lunch, came in and just started like prepping for tomorrow's job already, doing banking. I got laundry in. I had to take a shower. I left my house at 6:40-ish to get to my dad's by 7. I get over there and miraculously we are able to get the printer online. I was there for 20 minutes and it printed. So I'm hoping it stays that way. My dad was so gracious. He actually paid me for my time. And while under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't have taken it, the fact that I had been over his house 3 times in a matter of not even 24 hours, I was like, I'm going to take it because I owe my mom money for the bingo ticket. I'm going to bingo with her Saturday, the purse bingo. Someone asked me what a purse bingo is. So instead of winning money when you yell bingo, they are giving away designer purses like Coach, Michael Kors, things like that. So if you win a game, you win a purse. And if I don't like the purse, I will sell it. Oh, yes, yes. Those are usually very packed, like a lot of people go. So if you win, it's by the grace of God, right? But yeah, so I was back home this morning before 8 o'clock. And all I had left to do was laundry, to fold up laundry. And I did that. And then I sat down to do this video. And this is actually a lot shorter than I anticipated. I don't know why I anticipated this taking longer. But I thought doing a quick paint with me would let me get some diamond painting done because I haven't done any of that since Sunday. No diamond painting since Sunday. And yeah, I mean, we're working all 5 days this week. So yeah, today is supposed to be long. And I actually prayed last night that it's not. I don't relish the idea of working until 8 p.m., but if I have to, because there's other things I'm going to have to take care of during the day pertaining to work. Like there's a job due tomorrow I'm going to have to index. Now, tomorrow's job, however, on the job sheet, it said it's only supposed to last 2 hours. So that would mean I would be done work by probably 1 o'clock tomorrow, and that would be a welcome respite for sure. So, yeah, thank you to everyone too. I don't know if they watch my videos, but I had put a post in Diamond Art Club's VIP group asking what people's favorite diamond painting pen was. And I got a lot of responses. I don't need any more pens. I have plenty. But I'm just always curious what people consider their favorite pen. I actually really love the Lassen Lathworks pens. This is one of his. And yes, it is turning yellow, but I'm not getting rid of it. I love this pen so much. So I like these. My favorite are lightweight ones. These and the wood ones I have are very, very lightweight. I actually have an order in for a pen from another company that is on a break. They are having like some family issues, so I don't know when I'll get my pen. Hopefully I'll get it soon. But it's one that you put the putty or wax in the bottom part and you can just twist it to have it come out. I'm very curious. It's not an Ivy Dazzler's pen. I know that she makes those kinds too. It's not that one. It's another company. I've joined their Facebook group. I can't remember. I want to say it's Custom something by KJ, Custom something something. But yeah, I'm very anxious to get that so I can see. But yeah, I also listened to a Charles Stanley video today about patience. Ugh, patience is one of... Got to be patient, right? And definitely I am trying to exercise extreme patience in waiting for my credenza. Someone had asked me for a picture of what they look like. If you go to their Facebook page, I will, if I remember, I'll link their Facebook page in the description box below. It is Chink, CHINK LED. Like I said, I don't know how they pronounce it. If they say Chink LED or Chinkled, I have no idea how that is pronounced, but that is the company name. And the only way to contact them is either through direct messenger on Facebook or through their Instagram page by direct message. And they had told me that I probably wouldn't see mine shipped out until the beginning of March. And I ordered mine the first week of December of last year. So yeah, that's a good chunk of time to be waiting for that. I know it's going to be worth it. I can't wait to get it. But luckily in the meantime, I have a system for diamond painting. You know, I have that little thing I bought off of Amazon that works. And my next painting, because believe it or not, I have this row, one more regular size row, and then like a tiny row, and I'm going to be done. And the next one I'm going to do is Queen of Hearts by Hannah Lynn. I love that one so much. And just to let you guys know too, I have another sneak peek from Diamond Art Club coming. I will give you a little hint. It is a Hannah Lynn. Ha-ha! Yeah. As soon as they give you a choice of what ones you want. And as soon as I saw the Hannah Lynn, I was like, dude, yes. Uh-huh. I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to tune in for the sneak peek. I don't know when they're going to be released. I'll probably be doing the sneak peek for next week, maybe. But so very grateful to Diamond Art Club for putting me on their sneak peek list again, where I can do those. I enjoy doing the one for Chris Ortega's Temple so much. No, it wasn't Chris Ortega. Micah Jelena, the Temple one. I really enjoyed doing that. And, you know, I had been out of the loop of doing all of that for so long that I actually watched a couple of unboxings to see how people did it. And then I thought to myself, why am I trying to emulate them when I need to do it how I want to do it. So I do it a little bit differently than most of the people that do it. I do it where you face to face. I don't do it like from up above. I love the ones that are done from up above, like Mrs. Coffee. She has a down pat how she does it. Emeralds, is it Emeralds and Fairy Lights? I want to say Emeralds is in the title of her video. She does a good job too. She does it overhead. A lot of people do. I like doing it so you can see my face, so you can see my reaction, because I don't open the kit before I do that video. So you get absolutely my true reaction. You know, the only thing I do know is what the kit is, like the picture that's on the box and the picture that they sent me, you know, for me to pick the kit. But I don't know what the canvas or the dime, I don't know any of that stuff. I literally open it live and do it live when you guys see it. But I'm so happy that I love Hannah Lynn. She is my favorite artist with Diamond Art Club. So I hope that there are many more of hers coming. There are a couple that I actually sent to licensing, especially the Alice one that goes along with like the Good Wit, that goes along with Queen of Hearts, the White Rabbit. They have one too. I really like the Alice one, Butterflies of Hope. I love that one because that's for breast cancer. There's a bunch. She has a lot of artwork, so fingers crossed. But I love Diamond Art Club so much because they have such amazing kits and they release so much. They have so much artwork in the pipeline. The people that hand chart that, I can't even begin to imagine the list, the backlog that they must have for things to be charted. It's fantastic though. I love the Facebook group, which I have missed those because I haven't been on those Facebook groups since Sunday. I just haven't had the time. I mean, work has been very busy. So, but yeah, so I think what I'm going to be doing, like I said, I think I'm going to be doing my gratitude list and my Bible reading in the evening before bed, because I actually felt more at peace yesterday evening before I went to bed than I normally feel in the midst of everything that was going on. So the list that I read to you will be from the night before, after, like I said, reflecting on the day. Now, I may, obviously, when I wake up, I still pray for a few minutes in the morning, pray over my day, pray for whoever I pray for. I still spend a little bit of time with God in the morning doing that, just to have my day start off well. And it helps me. It helps to start the day like that, to get through the day. Yeah, I'm so glad though that I was able to sit down and do this and get some diamond painting done. I'm very pleased with my progress. So I'm going to end this here so I can get this processed and up for you guys before my job starts. I hope you are all having a good week and a good Wednesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.